Once again, thank everybody for coming, and obviously coming off a win against Tulane. It was a very good win for us, a win that we needed, and I think it's the first road win that's happened, I know, since I've been here, maybe even before that. But so just winning period, though, was a huge a boost for our players and our coaches, particularly going through what we did against Southern Mississippi and the embarrassment. But I thought all phases of the game played better, offensively, defensively, kicking game. I think we all contributed to being successful. Obviously, we still have room for improvement, but we are very happy about winning that ball game. Obviously, we put it behind us already, and we're getting ready for East Carolina. I think East Carolina is I think right now, I'm right, leading the East. They got off to a real good start and has struggled some as of late, but they're still a mighty fine football team. I think their defense is as good a defense as we'll play. I normally say maybe the defensive front or the secondary, but their entire defense, I think, is outstanding. They're very strong, physical up front. In the back end, they can run extremely well. They have two outstanding cover corners, and they have a couple of safeties that I think are very physical football players, and they are a very good defensive football team. Offensively, they've had some issues with people that are not there right now, but they still do a good job of keeping balance, of running and throwing. So it'll be another challenge for our defensive football team. But it's a last home ball game. It'll be senior day, like Norm mentioned. It's obviously a big deal for us and our senior football players and this football team. We certainly would like to send them out on a good note, their last time in Legion Field. So it's a game that, we hopefully be ready to play and can do that. So any questions at this time? I could sense it, even from that first meeting Sunday after the Southern Miss game, because first time I really can say I felt like our football team was hurt and embarrassed and mad, or whatever the right words are, and thought we had good work the open week. We had two of the days were good. Excuse me. I thought that Tuesday, Wednesday were good. Thursday was not that good. Work last week was good. Tuesday was good. I didn't think Wednesday was that good, but I really felt like the guys were focused and wanted to do well. Knew we'd have a challenge playing Tulane, and they responded well. But we've still got unfinished business to take care of. We got two more opportunities to make sure we send this senior class out on a good note and make some positive things happen that will give us some momentum to go into next year. Well, I was really happy with that. Going into the game, really at Tulane, looking at the statistics, had done pretty well on the turnover margin, and we haven't. And I felt like going into the game that would be a big part of it, getting turnovers and not turning the ball over on our side of the ball. Really, it was surprising was Bam. Having the two interceptions, he really struggled in practice the last couple of weeks because of hurting his hand against Southern Mississippi, and wasn't sure he's going to really get to play at all, to be honest with you. But it was big having those two interceptions, and then obviously with Matt picking off his interception at the end of the game and running it in for a touchdown, kind of seal the game for us, and then Bink having his interception. It's always good to see a freshman linebacker have an interception. Looking back at last year's game, they beat us pretty soundly. It was in a stretch against Houston, and then we played East Carolina that I thought we played our two worst games last year. And so that certainly sticks in the back of my mind, and something that we'll talk to the team about and make sure we're aware of it. One thing that concerns me about this football team in the last 2 years that I've been here, that when we've won, we haven't played very well the next week. And so we need to learn how to win and learn how to prepare after we win to win another. So we've got to do a good job this week as coaches and as a player to make sure we're prepared and focused to try to win two in a row. Well, it's always good to play at home, and Legion Field's our home stadium, and we like playing there. It's a good venue to play in. Hopefully we'll have a good turnout, a good crowd. for our last game of the year at home and to send these seniors out on a good note, but it's always good to play at home. Well, I thought it was a different setting, when you lose a ball game, and when you win a ball game, I think there's two different settings. Obviously, when you go into the meeting after a win, you expect people to be still excited and happy, but so that's what we saw yesterday, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you go into the meeting after a loss, I'm not used to seeing people excited and happy about it, and I've seen some of that in the past. Well, their offensive line is big and physical. They've got a good running back. They've got two quarterbacks. They play both of them. I'm not far enough along to really know if it's 50-50, but one of them is more of a thrower. One is can throw the ball and is a good athlete like Joe. They have good receivers and they're a well-balanced offensive football team. Biggest challenge we're going to have from our offense and East Carolina's defense is they're just a physical football team that will get after you at each position.